Over the last few weeks I've been experiencing this issue with the ABS light being on. See, it doesn't go out if you drive around. ABS light is always on. It started off and it was just on every now and then. You turn the ignition off and turn it back on again and then it would go. Now it's always on. So I've been diagnosing it. Then you need to have a look at the ABS sensor itself. I've narrowed it down. Driver side or right hand side ABS sensor. You see this is a remnant of it. I'll show a video of the old one coming off and how to go about checking them. I've seen a lot of people have issues getting these sensors out. If you just use a flathead screwdriver, you can just start wedging it down, then around the side, and eventually you can just pull it out. There we have it. That's what the thing looks like. Pulling the caliper off shows the remnants of that sensor. You can see that's what it looked like when it came out. It's actually got stuck, so I should be able to. Didn't come off without a fight, but it's off. You can see, ready to put the new one on. And then this is my new sensor I'm going to install. There's the part number from Japan Parts that was on eBay. And yeah, it's not too difficult to do. What I'm going to do first is, like I say, put on axle stands and then show you how you go about diagnosing good and bad ABS sensors. So first of all, you need to get to the ABS sensor. Here's the wire leading down there that goes actually into the hub, and then this is where the wiring goes. So there's a 10mm there and a little body clip there, and I'll undo both of those and then show you easier access to the actual connector for the sensor. So after the 10mm bolt is out of there, and you can just basically prise this clip back with the flathead, and you can pull it out like that. Push this down here somewhere out the way, and then you can get this out. There we have it. And then these things are always best to remove them from the backing plate first. So you can see if you pull that down there with your thumb, you can move this connector out first, and I'll do that with two hands. So there's the first bit, it's off the metal bracket, and you can see all I was doing is pushing down this little clip there, pulling it back. And then you can just pop the connector out by pulling down that tab, pulling that out. And this is the 2-pin connector you see. So it's just a really nice little multimeter. It's not that expensive, by Sealy, model MM18. You just switch it down to reading ohms, which is obviously resistance, and then this is your scale, so 2 kiloohms. So these sensors should read anywhere between I think it's 500 and 2000. I'll put the numbers on screen, but anywhere in that range, and about 1500 ohms would be a good value for this. So what I'll do is I'll just take these little probes out of here, stick it in here and show you the value. So there's the probes in there, and we've got 1.462, which is say 1462. Moving around a bit because I'm moving the connectors, but so that's perfectly in the right range. So that is fine. I also checked the other side, the left hand side of the vehicle, the front, before, and that had a similar kind of range. Then I'm going to move on to the back and just connect all this up now because I know it's all good. Now what you see here is there's no ABS sensor. I took the bracket off, and I'll show you how to refit that. This is the ABS sensor that I took off. I'm going to try and insert some videos from my phone of taking this off, and you can see that it's actually broken when I took it out, and that's because it was stuck. So this is the 10mm bolt hole that holds it onto the back of the hub, which I'll show you. And then this is the actual coil there, and this is the bit that was stuck in the hub that I had to thump out. I ended up having to take the caliper off, which is just two 14mm. You can move that out of the way, and then the actual where the sensor goes is in the back here, and so taking the caliper off and taking the disc off, you can see the hole this thing sits in. So something like this. Just rebuild it like that. It's in the back there, and basically when I prise this side off, that came off like that, and it just left this, and obviously I had to thump that out. And this one, I'll just quickly do a resistance check on this one, had basically infinite resistance or no connection. So the right hand side ABS sensor is actually inside the car on the right hand side, driver side in the UK, and that is showing 1, which means it's open circuit, and therefore this is the sensor I need to replace. So this is the broken sensor, connectors in there. You see it just shows a 1, which means it's obviously knackered. And then I'm going to just try, this is obviously the part number again, the resistance of my brand new sensor. It's my new sensor. That is the resistance I'm getting out of that, 1500 odd. So this is obviously going to work, and the nice thing about this, it comes with, it says R on it, so you know you've got the right one. Comes with all the brackets, all brand new. Comes with this bung, because the unusual thing about this side of the car is it actually connects inside the interior. So when you lift out, the carpet goes through this little bung hole and to that orange connector there. The other side is actually much harder to look at because it's underneath the car, and I couldn't even actually undo that, so I'm hoping it's just one sensor that's down, otherwise I'll still have the same error. But either way, nice and easy. I'll just place this in, just taking off these two 14mm and the disc just to show you. There's the hole, and then this is the ABS ring. You can see it's very corroded, so what I'm going to try and do is get some sandpaper, screwdrivers, anything, just to try and get rid of the corrosion off that hole and enable this sensor to slip in. Right, I managed to get in there, and looking to sand down the outside of the plastic casing, which is not really ideal, but it's almost there. I just need to put the longer of the 10mm in there, dip it in some copper slip so it comes out easier next time. Okay, that's finally in there. It was a bit of a fight. You can see there's the socket I used on the back there with a 10mm, and I just need to connect up the rest of this wiring. Right, that's the whole thing installed. So that 10mm down there is tight on the sensor in, 10mm for the bracket, 10mm here. And then inside the boot I just popped up the this little connector here, and then it's got the little bung. The best thing to do is pop it the whole way through, and you can just kind of push it down with the two hands and then connect this up. Bit of plastic in here. Right, so that's all in there, like so. Same as the other side. I just need to put the brake back on and put the caliper back on, and that is that job done. I just missed the moment, but when I went back and forwards, I've no longer got my ABS warning light, so that fix has worked.